With Tottenham as well, though, Bastoni is a deal I know a lot of Tottenham fans are hungry for updates on. Is there been any developments or anything new in relation to this 50-odd million pound move for Bastoni?
I mean, we know that this is the guy that they see as the answer, if you like. Both Conte and Paratici want him. And they're starting to believe that by tracking what Inter Milan's intent is in the transfer window, that they might become open to selling him. And they're going to give it a go. They're definitely going to try and sign him. We've seen of all the headlines for Inter are around like, can they get Dybala? Can they get Lukaku? Can they get this guy? Can they get that guy? And in the meantime, Tottenham are obviously got their eye on the Italian market anyway. It's where all their knowledge is. It's where they're going to kind of look to improve again after having success in the loan market with players from there in January. And Bastoni is one that they're going to push on with. Like, it hasn't pushed on, obviously, in the last week. It's been internationals and all the rest of it. This isn't one that's gathered any momentum since we last spoke. But I said then that I believe that Bastoni on the back of Perisic will be the next big target. And I still believe that is the next big one that they're going to go after. I don't think this is a deal that can be done tomorrow. But once this week's clear and all the internationals start to clear off, then I do think that this is one that Tottenham pursue.
Is there a sense or a feeling around this that Inter have obviously got their eyes on players? There's big talk of Lukaku, which I know we'll move on to. Is there a sense that they need money, though? A bit like last year, it was kind of played down by certain journalists. I know they're fine, they don't need to sell. Is that something that Spurs could try and kind of manipulate in some respects?
Yeah, definitely. And that's one of the things that they've got in their sights. Like, if they're seeing that they're linked with Lukaku, who they know, Chelsea had almost £100 million deal in place to get him. So he's not going to be much cheaper than that. If they know the type of wages that a Dybala is going to need, then there's a feeling like, okay, if we can put together a package here, they might listen to it. They might feel that they can fix a defensive position for cheap. I know that they've got their eyes on a couple already, and the kind of players that Inter are looking for defensively are, I think, about 30 million. So even if they were to take, say, 50 million for Bastoni and then not have to spend all of that money on filling the defensive gap, but could also put that cash back into the market in another position, like, it's a winning position for them. So that is definitely something that Tottenham have got their eye on. It's still going to be a hugely significant amount of money for Tottenham to invest, though. So it's, we shouldn't underplay the fact that this is going to be a big, big transfer, and that Tottenham, have to really get it right if they're going to get this offer to take off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, Perisic was a relatively easy deal in comparison to get done. And the window hasn't even opened yet. International football is on right now, which, again, like when there's a big World Cup, it's very difficult to get deals done. Players are away. You can't get medicals done. Clubs love you can't even get the players around to film the intro videos or do the shoots. And we know how important all of that is now. So I think people have got to be a little. I'm seeing fans from all clubs really panicking. Oh, we haven't got a deal done yet. It's 6th of June, bro. Relax a little bit. The season, I know that Man United are back in pre-season in 3 weeks' time, and 3 or 4 weeks they're back. But I do think there needs to be a little bit of patience, and a big deal will probably happen in the next sort of 7 to 10 days, and maybe that will kickstart things. But I don't think that's one that's dead for me. Again, when you just read about it, it's one of those things where it's almost the whole, as of now, nothing's changed, but it's kind of there. It hasn't gone away. The player hasn't come out and unequivocally said, "I am not leaving." There hasn't been that sort of definitive statement from anybody. Ending the deal. I think Spurs fans have got to remain a little bit patient there, as you say.